Foosball.
The following is a presentation of Foosball Radio. It's FoosTalk Live.
You talking to me?
Compelling and lively banter.
Are you going to talk to us?
Talking foosball.
Foosball was how I measured my value as a man. You took that away.
Players and fans, promoters and pros. Unedited and raw.
Talk.
Living in the moment.
We have a lot of important things to talk about.
All while practicing social distancing.
Cool. We'll talk. No big whoop.
Let's get this thing started. FoosTalk Live. Hi, this is Tom Robinson, and I want to personally thank our Patreon pillars for their support of Foosball Radio and FoosTalk Live. Here's to our newest Patreon, Larry Davis, Greg Taylor, David Goodwin, Dan Packer, Brad Lorene of Rodlock.com. Thanks to Randy Raposo, Thomas Dyke, Mike Veit, Rob Cutler, Ernie Bischoff, James Sparky Castillo, Carl Fleischer, Jay Teal, Brian Schmid, Cameron Burrows, Jimmy Love, Dwayne Stewart, Judy Schober, Reed Rector, and our friends from the 716 Buffalo Foosball Club. Thank you. Your support brings continued and expanding content from Foosball Radio as we cover the greatest sport on earth. Visit patreon.com/Foosball Radio to find out how to become a Foosball Radio Patreon. FoosTalk Live is brought to you by Original Leonhardt. The Leonhardt Tournament Model is the most popular foosball table at the ITSF World Cup. Designed and handcrafted in Germany, order online and have it delivered to your door. Visit www.original-leonhardt-usa.com and use promo code FoosTalk to save 10% off your purchase price. Here we are, FoosTalk Live, episode number 302. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tom Robinson. Randy Raposo is on the mend. I had a brief conversation with him today. He's feeling better, although had a couple of touch-and-go days when it came to his surgery, but he will be back. There's no doubt about that. Chase Pennell has also had some late day family issues, but tonight, you know what? I thought it would be a lot of fun to hang out with one of my favorite guests and talk about foosball. And he comes to us all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, and he is quite a promoter there in the Nashville area. I want to welcome back to FoosTalk Live, Mike Kelley. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Tom. Good to see you, man. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you tonight. We're going to talk about foosball, of course, and all the things happening for your scene. There's lots of activity happening on the schedule when it comes to tournaments. Of course, the next one being Nationals coming up on the 24th of June, near the end of the month. And I understand you're going to be doing a warm-up for the national tournament coming up next weekend there at the Moxie. Is that correct?
Yes, it's pretty exciting, but every time I come on and talk to you about what we're doing, I tell you how exciting it is. But yes, we're doing a Nationals warm-up next Saturday, so just a little less than a week away. And it's going to be the largest tournament that we've done so far in the last 4 years here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, yeah. So, we're paying out a total of $2,000.
Wow.
We've got 2 events that we're going to do, which we'll talk about a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be operating 6 tables in the venue. So
nice.
It's really, I think it's going to be a really good one, Tom.
Yeah. No, I know that you've done this in the past, of course, with trying to schedule your tournaments in between the big ones and get as many people out for practice for the upcoming tournaments. Now, I know in the past we've also talked about the fact that you tend to not have pros play in your tournaments. Is that true this time?
No, it's too bad that Randy is not with us because we can talk about what we're doing. And so, in fact, Randy has kind of been helping with some good insight and coaching along the way. So if he's listening, thank you, Randy. If he's not, thank you, Randy, anyway. So we're going to test something a little bit new,
Okay.
and see if it works. So I did analysis after analysis to figure out what would be the right way to set something up and be fair. So I
Okay.
landed on 5,500 limited. And then after I did all the math, Brian updated the points. And so I found that I had a couple of players in that exceeded the 5,500. So
Got it.
that crazy as it is, I'm doing it 5,650. So I'm calling it 5,500.
Okay.
But I'm allowing players to come up to 5,650. We've got 4 or 5 pros that are registered that will be here, including my friend Eddie Mubarak, which, Eddie's always asking, you got pros, and so Eddie will be here playing with Robbie Ray and
good. Yeah.
and some other folks, Jonathan Chung, Scott Doan. We have 2 pros that live here in Nashville now, and we got the legend coming, Russ King.
Russ King. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll be entertaining to say the least. What do you expect as far as turnout is concerned? How many people are you looking for?
Right now, we've got 20 people registered for the singles event.
Okay.
And I've got 15 or 16 teams in the doubles event, and I will take more teams. We're okay the way that we are now. I take another player or 2 maybe in singles.
Okay.
And another couple of teams would be welcome, or our capacity is much better this time because we've added 2 more tables.
Right, 6 tables. Yeah, that's very manageable when it comes to a few more players, no doubt.
Yes.
And so, what are the events exactly? Whether you start at I noticed on your flyer it starts at noon. What are the events?
Yes. I have to do a little shout out to Mark Matteries as well, because
Okay.
I had heard about an event that he was running, and I only got bits and pieces of what it is that he was trying to do, or was doing actually, and I wanted to do something very similar. Last time we did the Team Cup, which was creative and fun and all of that. I think that what Mark has been doing and what we're going to do here in the singles event is going to be very cool. I've dubbed the event called the Heartbreaker. And if you've seen some of the flyers, the Heartbreaker, right? And so there's a logo and some visuals. And actually, I put about a 3-minute video up on the channel that's got the character in motion. But so what it is a multi-singles event. And it's 2 out of 3, double elimination. Starts out like any other event, with a coin toss. And the winner of the coin toss will pick the first game in the multi-game. And you could choose from goalie wars, forward shootout, or handicap singles. And so the handicap singles is really the great equalizer here.
Yeah.
For everyone. So you win the flip, you choose the game, and you get the first drop. The loser of that game will pick the next game and get the drop. And if we need to go to a third game, the same thing will follow suit, but there's only, obviously only 1 game left. So if I chose goalie war and you chose forward shootout, the third game would be handicap singles.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And so I just think, I'm always pretty optimistic, but there's some really creative twists on this one. The format itself is pretty creative, thanks to Mark.
Right.
And to John Yarborough, who brought the idea up and said, hey, let's try this. And so, we have the character of the Heartbreaker, and he's an interesting fellow. You need to have a look at him. He's on the trophy. He's on some T-shirts. He's been in all of the flyers, and talking to people directly through the Heartbreaker through my alter ego.
Interesting. Yeah. Now I noticed some graphics you've been using of late have been pretty exceptional. Not the least of which was a graphic about being on the show tonight, which looked rather professional. How did you go about doing that? I was curious.
Well, thank you, Tom. I think I had about 35 years of practice doing this stuff. So You know, I work for a big company with a lot of responsibility in different areas, and we were a big sales and marketing company. So I used to have a lot more resources than what I have now. But there's so many great tools. I do a lot of stuff, kind of hybrid stuff, from Google Images to direct photography to some AI modification stuff.
There you go.
And just a whole lot of stuff. And AI is not the topic for tonight, but it's one of those controversial things of how much can you use it or how much should you use it, and is everybody going to be out of work and all of that. But if you can give AI, like I'll take photographs, those every flyer usually is a direct photograph coming here from the Moxie. And so the one that's on there today is a kind of a modified version of what the Moxie looks like during tournament play.
Yes.
We'll make some adjustments. I'll crop players out of shots and drop them into Adobe.
That's cool.
And a little while later, out comes something good. And I really appreciate you calling it out because it's important to me.
Yeah.
Again, I come from a background of a company of leading brands, number one brands.
Right.
And the brand and the image and the little things really matter. And
no doubt,
I work hard to make sure that we do everything that we can for the player. And you've heard me say that before. But I want them to have great information coming up to the tournament. In this case, I did these videos, and I just have got to shout out on the videos for a second. The first video that I did, which you should watch.
Okay.
I put it up, and it was mind-boggling. I put it up. I got up the next morning, and I had almost 2,000 plays.
Whoa! Wow.
Usually, for me, a great number of hits on anything is about 800. The flyer got 1,500.
Okay.
But the three videos combined, I have over 6,000 hits.
Wow.
And
dang,
that's
great.
It's been thrilling. And then it is. And so I think it's a vehicle that people like, in addition to just a one-dimensional flyer.
Right.
I can speak directly to them, or I can use these alter egos and speak to them. And there's one I talk about, the legends of how the legend of Hard Knocks, and there's some funny stuff in there. So just ask Billy, or just ask Tony, or just ask anyone named Ruth. So it's kind of some of that. yeah, some little slapstick comedy. But back to your thought, every detail matters.
Yes.
When people are getting ready and planning, people spend money to come play foosball tournaments. I want them to have high expectations when they come here. My wife, who helps me more than anyone in the world, I joked with you last time, the players call her the pizza lady. And it took them about a year to realize the pizza lady was my wife.
Right. Okay.
Right. So that's cool. And she helps. So with the preparation, where I'm sitting now is actually a space that we have. It's a players' lounge. So the players can come back here between matches. There's places to sit. There's big screen TVs, comfortable furniture. Jeremy Conduff had a nice nap back here during the last tournament.
Oh, wow.
At the players' lounge, and snacks and treats, and the players have come accustomed to the pizza. There'll be some pizza here, and maybe Lisa, who's the pizza lady, has got some other tricks up her sleeve. But from the moment that you arrive, I want people to feel really welcome and really good, and I want to be ready for them. You've been to tournaments where they're an hour late because something, software broke down, or the tables weren't set up, or something. Here, I want people to come, settle in. They know exactly what they're in for, or more, and play just not only play foosball, have a really great experience.
Yeah,
in everything we're doing.
Yeah.
rival to the branding, to the T-shirts, and some really special touches for folks who are going to win the 2 championships. I'm rambling on here, but
No, it's great.
I have the most beautiful trophies I have ever had.
Interesting.
And what's that?
I say that's interesting in that they sense you've got the most beautiful trophies you've ever had.
Yes, and well, it's again, I created a lot of this stuff, and so you find customizable trophies, and I always do custom trophies, and I've done the Incredible Hulk, and done some Music City stuff, microphones and musical instruments.
I think I've
These
seen those. Yeah, those definitely stand
probably
out. Yeah, they definitely stand out.
People love them. I mean, the Incredible Hulk. The first time that I used it, it's like everybody's like, "Oh man, I want that trophy." So they want the trophy more than money.
Yep.
But so the trophies for this one, and I haven't put any pictures out there yet, but I probably will. They're beautiful, solid crystal trophies that are mounted on a mahogany or a rosewood or something in the base.
Okay.
Very heavy, half a pound a piece. They're beautifully engraved with the event and the finish and what it's all about. And I was joking with my Lisa this morning. I said, people are going to really want the trophies. And I said, maybe a great goal is every foosball player who ever comes and plays one of our tournaments has a Music City foosball trophy on their cabinet.
It's got to be displayable.
Yeah, and these are beautiful. I'll make sure that you can see them. But,
okay.
It's I get so excited even with the smallest of details. And the trophies matter, the flyers matter. I've got T-shirts for the winner of the Heartbreaker. The Heartbreakers got a great T-shirt with this Heartbreaker logo, and I'm the Heartbreaker. I'm the champion, and as soon as the match is over, I think I'll make them wear it.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, what good is a T-shirt unless you wear it, especially at the event where you can kind of flaunt your win.
Yes, and you've probably seen some of our stuff at some of the tour events. I try to do what I can with jerseys. We have such a great player base, loyal player base, and there's now 8 or 9 or 10 of us that are going to a lot of tour events.
Yes.
We just got our jerseys for Nationals that are very
really
cool.
Really.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you about that. We're coming to Nationals as well. We have a team. We just assembled this last week. So we're in the process of getting a jersey together, and we're going to see the initial, I guess you'd say the proof, the first design, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, and then we'll go straight to print from there. But pray tell, who's on your team?
These jerseys are for the whole group.
Okay.
We have a Tennessee team. Kathy Kelley has headed up the Tennessee team. But our jerseys are just, representative of Music City foosball, and all the players from here would be dressed up in those jerseys.
Cool.
We did a new logo. Mike Griffith and I worked up a new logo. It's, kind of exciting and fun. And, we have our Music City stuff on it. Nice collared, like a very professional collared jersey, still a jersey.
Nice.
Sort of a yellow, 2-tone yellow with the logo on the front and names on the back and numbers. And so you're going to see a whole bunch of yellow and blue at Nationals, which is exciting. That's the Music City crew.
Yes. Love that.
Yeah.
Now I know there's, I don't know what kind of designs they're allowing for the tournament for North American Cup. I guess it's up to the individual teams. Is that what the case is?
It is. Everybody has to match. It ideally has got your state that you're representing.
Right.
and it can be simple. I mean, it could be like last year we used a plain black T-shirts. Thomas, my friend Thomas, who you had last week.
Yes.
He got the shirt, so we had a Tennessee logo on the back, on the front, and Tennessee along the back. And I think there's some pictures actually of the group that we had posted last year. So
Okay.
I haven't seen or talked to Kathy yet about what she's doing, but she'll be here next week. Her and Billy come and play every one of these. I don't think they've ever missed one.
Nice.
So I'll get more insight from Kathy on how we're going to show up as well.
It's, I think we're going to have a really interesting time. I think this idea of the North American Cup, obviously it's been done before. But I think this year is going to be special. I think there's going to be more teams. There's going to be more participation, it seems, in this event. So looking forward to, for at least for New York State this year. I don't know that we've had a team of late. This may be the first time in a while. But Tommy Yor is going to be our master. His wife, Deanna, she's also going to be on the team. Scott Ramsey from Rochester. Tony Rosa, also from Rochester. Mark Drolette from Plattsburgh. A couple of juniors. And I'll be the low rank guy on the team as well. But we'll see.
It takes the whole team. That's no problem. I was going to ask you, did you get Tommy to be on the team? And wow, so
Yeah.
that's big news. Well, your lineup is a very good lineup.
Yeah.
I just am getting to know Mark a little bit, which later on we can talk about a little more why. But he and I are on the. I just recently joined the board at Foosball Clubs USA,
Yes.
which is it's such a great program.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark has been the president, and I didn't really know him very well. And as I'm getting to know him, he's a good player. They just took second at he and Michael Stahl took second in pro doubles at the Texas event.
Yes.
At Steve Murray's event.
Mm-hmm.
Played great. I mean, played really, really great.
Yeah.
So I'm getting to know Mark and Jim Provis, but he's not. He's a little further away from you, right? He's in Philly, I think.
Well, he's in the state of Delaware. So Jim, in fact, Jim was one of our guests when we went to the Texas State Championships and the ITSF World Series. But Jim was just newly elected to president of the USTSO, and he's been pretty active in his area in Delaware, Maryland, for a while now, and supporting some teams. But Jim is a really, really smart guy. He's been in business. He's had his own company for many years, and is really bringing new energy to the USTS. So we're looking forward to that in the future there. But getting back to Foosball Clubs USA, Michael Stahl, I mean, the guy's killing it. He's just doing an amazing job of bringing attention to the sport,
Well, he's, if you could write up who's the ideal candidate to be the executive director for a program like that,
mm-hmm.
He's so good. First, I think he's a 13-time world champion player.
Yeah.
Since he was a young kid, they come from a foosball family.
Yep.
He is so professionally presentable. I'm not really sure how to say it, but if you know Michael very well, he'll open right up to you, and he's a clean living,
mm-hmm.
first-class citizen in every part of his life.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And, one of the things he and I were talking one day, hopefully he doesn't hit me over the head when I see him, but we were just talking about foosball and things that would be important, and we were talking about ambassadors and who we might think about for some ambassadors. I won't name any of those names, but we have you could probably think about the young players that are out there today that are that, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old.
Yeah.
And so Michael said, he goes, I'm okay. He goes, I don't drink and I don't do drugs. And he goes, and I'm clean. If you room with me, I'm clean.
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, that is so pure, right? I mean,
yeah.
Michael Stahl can say that to you and be so meaningful, and you get it,
Yep.
And I said, well, I'll have a beer or two, Michael, but I'm pretty clean living in the other ways as well.
Right.
But certainly not like him. He just is. He's just is the best there is for this. I think they're in New York right now. They're doing they're doing the McDonald's thing. I think that today was pretty sure it was today was the Club of the Year celebration up there, and then the McDonald's in New York City. I think it's 5 boroughs of New York City are doing a pretty significant kids program.
It's 7 or 8 locations. I believe actually it's 8 locations, including the finals, but they're all McDonald's restaurants where they're playing.
Yeah.
And I think that's an astonishing idea, getting one of the biggest sponsors on the planet to support kids and playing
No
foosball.
question.
That's
No
a
question.
wonderful idea.
Yeah, Michael was telling us about the vision, and when we were all just so enthusiastic about what he was planning, and
Yes.
I was thinking, because I come from a big company background, I'm thinking this is going to be no easy proposition. This is not going to be a slam dunk when you go in there, and he's just got a great deal. And I'm not much of a gambler, but I'll bet you McDonald's or other support sponsor type folks are going to be knocking on the door of Foosball Clubs USA.
Yep.
To want to do some major things. The videos that he posts and the photographs, and I don't know if you saw the video from today. That kid, probably 12 years old, is cranking slingshots from the 3-rod.
Sounds about right.
I was watching Michael when he was teaching him how to. He says, everybody wants to learn how to shoot a slingshot. And this was like, people have been playing for a week or so, and he's teaching them how to shoot slingshots on the 3-rod.
It's
so Michael's just great.
And kids pick up stuff like that quickly. I could practice a slingshot for the next 6 months or whatever, and probably not be able to do it very well. Whereas a kid whose brain is new and willing to absorb all the ideas and observe and do the practice, I mean, they get it right away. That just seems to be the case.
Some of these kids are impressive. We talked about Hunter Schubert last time around.
Yep.
He's a beast. I mean, he plays regardless of his age or anything else. I mean, he's a top amateur, top competitor. He got second place at TKO, I think, year before last.
Right, exactly. Yeah. We saw Kelton Grizzle from I believe I think he's from Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. But
yes,
Kelton showed up with his dad and his sister and just killed it at the TKO. He was just doing an amazing job. He won the junior division singles, and got a chance to talk to him. And he was very serious about getting better at foosball. Very, very serious. But and he was back on recently, in fact.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised that he'll be at Nationals along with his sister. His sister played the last Open Mixed with Tony. And Tony and I forget her name, but she and Tony won Open Mixed.
Yeah, pretty astounding. This is exciting for the sport. You and I, as shall we say, senior members of the foosball sport, we're not going to last forever. Just the way things are. So there has to be a bigger crop and a larger amount of kids getting into it at earlier times in their lives and really develop the skills early. And that's what we're seeing, with Foosball Clubs USA. It's pretty, it's miraculous in so many ways to see what's happening there.
Right. Well, that's a great environment to bring him in, versus a 1980s smoky pool hall kind of a place. So it's like our venue here, kid friendly, family friendly, pet friendly.
Right.
It's just clean, safe. Everybody's very respectful.
Yeah.
But you're right. These kids are coming up, and I think that you're probably going to see some stuff. I hope we talked about it last time as well. Some community center programs.
Yes.
I've been trying to work on this for quite a little while. I just had a very casual talk yesterday with one of the council members here in Nashville that's been helping
Okay.
me. And it's just not as easy as you think that it should be.
Well,
Even when you want to do, well, Mark, I mean, you could talk to Mark. Go ahead, though.
oh yeah. Well, I think there's always that point in which you illustrate for a person who's shall we say uninitiated. Maybe they've seen it, maybe they've noticed it, maybe they remember it when they were in high school or college as a bar game, but it's really not. Now, especially with Foosball Clubs USA, it's being presented as a legit sport that's being played in a lot of other places besides taverns. And as
Yes.
long as they understand that, as they can see that, especially at the scholastic level, then it's a lot easier to sell, I think.
Right. And what Ryan has done in terms of the overall atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
the environment, you talk about marketing and making things special. He and Yvette have done incredible things,
Oh, no doubt.
from when you arrive at the hotel lobby.
Mm-hmm.
But that helps as well. The media coverage that he continues to get. I think Chase was doing some commentating for him last time around.
Yes.
And there's more and more compliance with the dress code.
Yep.
Years ago, the dress code was fully enforced and fully, compliant, every player.
Okay. Yeah.
Today, I am so excited to see so many players today that are, playing many different events, not just open events.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing very professional uniforms and, proud of their club or their community and representing foosball the way that it should be.
Yeah.
As opposed to, when I came back just 4 years ago, and my first stop was in Asheville.
Okay.
And I came into the room and I thought, oh my goodness, things have changed. It's an elder crowd, or my age kind of a crowd, give or take. We didn't see a lot of uniforms and a lot of that kind of stuff down there. That's a great tournament. Jason McCall does a great tournament. But I thought things had changed quite a bit. Now I see the pendulum really swinging back.
Yes. Yep.
To, just great representation where you could put up a YouTube video or stream an event, get the news media to come. And, Ryan's doing a lot of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a great creative crew that they're all volunteers and they're all just helping him out.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah, no, he's got an incredible group of folks. I've had conversations with some of the guys that just move tables, set tables up, travel across the country. I mean, these individuals are serious about what they do, and they're so dedicated to doing it right. Which that's if you've got a crew like that, your success is nearly guaranteed. Because you've got people that really give a darn. And they move forward and they take care of business when it's necessary. And Ryan's doing the right thing, man. He's really he's taken all his energy, all his time, and devoting it exclusively to making the sport better.
Yeah, he sure is. And to the crew, Josh Sharpie, gets a shout out too. This guy probably is the hardest working guy in foosball.
No doubt.
Yes.
No doubt.
In every tournament, every setup, every teardown, drives the truck. It's really, really great
it's tough work. Foosball. That's really hard work. And those guys, I mean, they also get a chance to play, obviously, in between. But, it's thankless. They got to get put all the stuff back in the truck, get back on the truck and go to the next location. I mean, especially during this time of the year, there's so many tournaments in a row that they're basically, they might have a week or two off the road, but they're back on it right away. And so there's a lot going on there.
Right. And that stuff's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The average person, maybe even the average player who doesn't have a table. May not realize, moving a table from your basement into a venue, that's an undertaking.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, I've got some really great players here that help me, quick to volunteer and really reliable. multiple people that are, asking, how can I help? What can I do?
Sure.
Scott Dillon, who I mentioned just a little bit ago, he's a pro. He's come back and he's just like jumped in. He's coaching and teaching people. He's helping run the tournaments, helping run the software.
That's great.
Same thing with Corey Carlo for a long time. But, we just have got so many people that I'm thankful for. Jeff Plum, Mike Griffith, Terry,
Mm-hmm.
All of those people that just come and, break their back before the tournament and stay late after to help us tear down. And I really appreciate them.
Now you have 6 tables. Are they all relatively new, the same vintage, or what typically happens for you?
2 are the ones that are going on right over my shoulder here.
Yep.
The other 4 are brand new.
Nice.
1 tournament used.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, 2 of the tables were table number 1 and table number 2 at Texas.
Oh,
so we
so
got
the pit
those
tables.
from Steve Murray.
Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah, Steve is another person who's really diving into to make things better. Had a long chat with him at Texas, of course, and he's he's active with Tornado now, and even so much as the finer details like the balls, which, by the way, this is one from Texas, one of the newer generation, and it seems pretty nice, I have to say. And there weren't that many complaints about the balls at Texas State, I have to say.
I heard that compared to the first couple, 2-3 stops of the year,
Mm-hmm.
The balls were they were terrible.
Yeah, really rough.
And I'm not a master, so I'm not as picky about some of those things as many people are. But even I felt these balls are just bad. So
yeah.
I haven't done anything with them yet, but I just got 40 balls. Gosh, just in the last number of days.
Okay, good.
And all I looked at is the same thing when I see you hold it up is the brightness of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little darker. Anyway, I just think they're going to be good. I think that they'll be good.
Much more uniform. We're noticing less flaws.
Right, and that's Steve who's been working those specs.
Yes.
To fix the wrongs.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing when you think about professional sports in general. And I know we've said this before, but think about this: if you're playing in the top of the NBA, and the balls are half deflated or not, up to spec, or they're not up to standard, how would you expect to play at your best?
Right.
So we're happy to see things are changing. Again, Steve is doing a great job in conveying the necessity of making things the best when it comes to playing on tornado tables, using the balls, and of course, making sure that everybody is on the same page, so to speak.
Right. Yeah, doing great things. So hopefully he's going to help with some of the issues with the men, the brittle men that have been a challenge, and some of the rods that have been not machined the way that they once were.
Sure.
But I think with the momentum, and I think with his influence, it's sort of like if Tiger Woods is going to help you design golf clubs.
Yep.
They're going to be pretty good golf clubs. I mean, professional level kind of golf clubs.
Oh, no doubt.
What Steve is going to do is going to be really great.
Yeah, it's it's a work in progress, and nothing changes overnight. And of course, we'll see, I'm sure, a steady increase in quality and this kind of thing. I just, when you mentioned men, the foosball men have been pretty much. I mean, there's been some slight modifications over the years. They've been pretty much the same for Tornado. And I have an old table, the table I practice on at home. Comes from, I believe it was 2011 or 2012. But that generation of men, I've only replaced 2 men the entire time I've owned the table. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So, it's going to happen regardless, especially when things start to get older. But I noticed those older men they're just better. What can I say?
Well, they are better. They fit on the rod better.
Mm-hmm.
The new men, it's nice from a stability standpoint, But if you've changed a new man lately,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a chore. I mean, it's
Yeah.
task, and so they're hard to get on and off. They're hard on pins.
Yep.
We replace a lot of pins,
Yes.
but they play good, as long as they're there. And I'm seeing an awful lot of brittle edges and
Oh,
things falling off and fall. It
Oh.
doesn't affect play,
not much, but still.
but I hate to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the pieces of the shoulders are coming off and, flaking around the table, and that's that can disrupt a little bit. Not to switch gears too dramatically here, but
Sure.
I was wondering, because I know you've been at this for a while, there is this meeting that's coming up at Nationals.
Yeah.
I believe it's on a Saturday morning for promoters, and I presume you're going to
Yeah.
be at that meeting?
I'm sure going to try.
Okay.
I talked to Ryan and talked to Jennifer, both, and I'm sure going to try. I'm hopeful that I can be there.
Mhm.
I mean, I haven't played a tournament all year long because of some health issues and
Okay.
recovery issues, and all good stuff. But it certainly has slowed me down. I didn't hit a ball for 4 months.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I had a couple of surgeries that pretty much I could move around. I could walk around and at a 10-pound lifting and some pretty aggressive. It certainly has slowed me down. I didn't hit a ball.
No kidding.
Considerations
No
of what I
kidding.
couldn't do for quite a while, but I feel pretty good now. A couple of surgeries that hopefully my world, I think that I'll be pretty much around. Really in good form. I can walk around lifting, 10-pound lifting. Good form is a great promoter and a mediocre player.
Right. I got you. No, it's I think that as promoters, as people who are dedicated to making sure that that we make sure that the game is going well for our players, you kind of forget about yourself. You don't dedicate enough time to keeping yourself on the table, and of course when you got health issues, what can you do? You have to just move forward.
Right.
But I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you think, because there is this whole trend about, the meeting is going to be about a lot of things. When it comes to promoters, about how do we do it better, especially on the local scene, and I believe we're going to be discussing the leagues, this idea of putting together a league that everybody can participate in. What are your thoughts on that? What would you like to see? What are your hopes for a league system?
I hope it's flexible. So, and that's kind of what a lot of promoters are concerned about is,
Mhm.
Do I have to come in and do a very structured program?
Right.
I'm hopeful that that's not going to be the case. I think that we're all going to have some autonomy to do, like here, I'll run oftentimes on a Sunday, a singles event and then a monster draw.
Yeah.
Or a handicap singles or goalie war or something. So I don't think it's going to impact the structure. It may improve the structure.
Okay.
But I think that the two things that I'm really looking for from this, and I think a lot of us have been clear with Ryan.
Yeah.
Number one is a uniform software.
Yes.
A common platform that communicates with WFT Play, gives local players however we're going to deal with the point system, is effective. So, I mean, we've got guys, and you see it. We have guys that have never played a tournament that go to their first tournament, and they darn near play at the pro level,
Yeah.
and they're going and winning a beginner or beginning rookie. And so,
Exactly.
so I'm hopeful that it's going to help level the field in terms of not the players themselves, but a pro or a high expert in Knoxville is going to be the same as in Nashville, is going to be the same as in San Francisco.
Correct.
So that's one hope. The second is a software, again, common platform that will let us do the things we need to do. Not just league play 2 out of 3 matches, whatever, but a software that will be similar to Kicker Tool, but
yes, we use that.
and you know what? It's got its problems. I use it too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just hope that a software would come out that does everything that it does in web.
Yeah,
And so, like,
more
I'm not
streamlined.
unhappy with Kicker Tool, but it can have some reliability issues.
Yes.
Sometimes, if you're doing monsters, I think that the thing goes crazy in terms of win loss points, and
Yeah.
you know. So anyway, those are the two things that I'm hoping for. I think it's really great. I think what Ryan is doing to bring promoters together, to have an open forum to talk and listen. And I think some of the benefits that he's providing for promoters is very gracious of him.
Yeah.
I tell you, I appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, no, it's I was thinking about the fact that, on our end of things, here at our Friday night DYPs, there is so many things that are little tiny things that could really help to streamline a given Friday night and a local DYP, whether you're in upstate New York or whether you're in California, whatever your location might be, but to have that recorded, as an official tally. So your results of the evening, what you're done, you're in the system, and we know what you're up to and what you're playing at, what your level is, and how often you win, how often you lose, this kind of thing. If that could be a universal database that could all look at, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I don't see why it can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the 3 or 4 people that are helping with the point system,
yes,
certainly got plenty of wherewithal, understanding the foosball landscape, the points, what's right, what's wrong, how they're arbitrating on rank change, when and if and how.
Yeah,
I think they're helping, helping a great deal, a lot. Brandon Moreland in that group.
oh, sure. No, I think they're as honest as the day is long, and they're going to be as certainly as fair as they possibly can be when it comes to making sure that the point system, operates optimally, and of course, everybody has an idea as to where they stand. That's always been a bit of a gray area in the past, So if we can improve that, that'd be awesome. Something else I wanted to mention too, when I was in Dallas, Texas. I met Sean Lindsay, who's part of the USTSO and is working directly with Jim Provost in developing another piece of software called Foos App.
Yeah.
And it's exciting because he's making it open source, so you can kind of give him ideas for what would you like to have in the software, and just send him the ideas, and he does the best he can to institute it in this software program. The app itself is very easy to get. It's very easy to put on the phone and use it. One of the features that I noticed I thought was really kind of interesting was, if, let's say, your local DYP, let's say Music City, and you have the Foos app on your phone, when you walk through the door at the Music City tournament, you just say, "I'm here" to the app, and it puts you in the tournament. No need to register, and it does, and also collects a payment. So, so that kind of takes a lot of extra work out of it for the promoters.
Absolutely. I had not heard about some of those features. Jim talked about it during one of our calls not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he's got high hopes for it. I downloaded it and kind of monkeyed around, but it was really in infancy stage.
Right.
When
It's not certainly not finished by any means.
Right.
But it is exciting to think that that would be a possibility. That kind of functionality. Just walk in, it knows you're there. You say, "Okay, I want to play," and in it goes, and you're automatically entered. So,
right. I wish I had it for next week, because the administration of 40 or 50 players.
Yeah.
At least we're using software, but the finances, most people are paying cash, and
Yep.
a handful with Venmo or some that. I would sure like to see a more cashless environment.
Yep. No doubt. No doubt. Well, we are in our local Smashdown, which we did a couple of weekends ago. We have something called NetFoos, which is ancient. It's a really old set of software, and it's something we've been using now for as long as I can remember. but it does have a lot of idiosyncrasies. And if you don't know how it operates, and I had to practice with it for a long time before I could finally understand how it was actually working. But it does it okay. It does what it's supposed to do, but at the same time, it's pretty clunky. It's old, and if we could just get something in place that works so much more elegantly, more or less like Foos app or something associated with play, man, I'm on board. I can't wait.
Yes, I think the other guy working in the space is Eric Dunn,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
who he's done some pretty impressive things.
Mm-hmm.
His is it iRef? Is that what his is called?
iRef Foos, yes. iRef Foos, yes.
Yeah,
Wow, it's
uh,
great.
he's he's doing some great stuff on automated. You load the table in, it will follow the ball and the rods. It will run time for you,
Yep.
overtime. He just has put out a light, and I don't know how long ago. I know that one of our guys bought one. That it's a 3 strips on a light that's it lights the table up
Mm-hmm.
beautifully
Mm-hmm.
without any shadows. But it's also it's configured to easily set up streaming.
Yes.
So you can snap a device, a camera, or whatever, and run your streaming or even just video if that's what you want to do. So he's a very impressive guy. Very impressive guy.
There's a few characters like this. Reed Rector being another. Kenny Dale. I mean, these guys are genius level individuals, and they're all working hard. And they're working on their own ideas. And if all this comes together in some way, shape, or form to form a better union, if you pardon the expression, but a better way of playing foosball, man, I'm excited. It just can't. If we have even half of this stuff happen, it'll be very exciting.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a name that we don't hear too much anymore, Kenneth Dale.
Yes.
Who has really become a good friend over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's gone through trying to travel is just so unfortunate. When he was trying to get the athletic visa, I wrote a couple letters on his behalf, and
yes,
I thought that they were pretty good letters. And
mm-hmm.
I thought there's somebody, I don't know who the decision maker is, but I thought somebody's going to recognize. He had just become a master 6 months or a year before.
Yeah,
and I thought for sure that things would work out for him, and so he's a missing part at our tournaments. And I hope that. I hope that he can find his way back into the United States. I hope he's listening to this. I love you, Kenneth. I miss seeing you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, he's super smart guy, an extraordinary player, just so different in his style, and really moved up the ranks rather quickly to the level that he's at now, which I just I'm very impressed by his play, but also the way his mind works. He's just very very smart guy. Think about the people that are in the sport that you can point at and go, "There's another genius." Think about Jacob Barnett.
Yeah.
So the guy's he was giving lectures on quantum physics at the age of 10. So
yes, his I think that's just a soundbite, but I think it's true because I Googled it. He's got an IQ higher than Einstein.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
he's the
foosball.
Nicest guy. He's
really
the nicest guy that you could.
Yeah.
That you could come upon. Just a very, very good person.
Oh yeah. I think when it comes to the image of foosball, and we talked about this earlier, obviously, because the image for shall we say the people that are on the outside, maybe that have decisions to make about whether or not they want their youth center or their school to get involved with foosball. I think people like that should be illustrated, clearly that, hey, here's some individuals who play this sport very, very well professionally, and yet they're at the higher echelon of their field, whatever their chosen field might be. I think that might be a great way to help promote the sport overall.
Right. You know what? And there's more people that people just don't know about. Eric Hillner.
Yes.
he's an author.
Yes.
And I think he's published 40 or 50 books, and not like,
Yep.
garbage. He's a great writer.
Very good.
Very popular, sells
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Tommy Orr you mentioned. I mean, Tommy Orr is a smart guy.
He's he does a job nearby at a place called Knowles Atomic, which is a military submarine base that works with atomic reactors, etc. And he's a chemical engineer, but he can't talk about what he does. Can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So that was right out of college. So he's
yeah. Well, he's up there now, right?
Yep.
He was in Florida and then came up there,
Mm-hmm.
up in upstate New York.
So, case in point, the individuals like Tommy, again, super smart person, but super smart player, very, in the top of the field again. Somebody like that should be illustrated for the general public to say, look, this is the kind of people that we have in our sport. These are the kind of people that excel.
Yeah, more ambassadors in more
Mm-hmm.
places.
Yep.
And I know that Ryan's trying to do a lot of that. I mean, some of the videos that Brandon and Isabel are putting out are very cool. In fact, they're great.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many more people that could be tapped into. I think about like all things Balcos. Maya would be a great spokesperson for anyone. Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob went from never hitting a ball to being, I think he's the 3rd or 4th ranked player in the world now. And he did that in less than 4 years or 5 years.
Yep. He became a master at a very young age, so that's, it's exciting. And, again, he's of a family that is so dedicated to the sport. It's a family thing. It's not anomalous. He is who he is because of his dad, because of his sister. I mean, that's Jacob's background. And that, to me, it speaks volumes to people who are kind of like, I'm not sure about foosball. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's a bar game, isn't it? Proof positive that is not the case, that we're playing a professional level sport here. So
right. Well, Sullivan is another one.
Oh yeah.
That she's I just go back. I remember seeing videos of her standing on the chair playing. She was probably 4 years old, give or take. And boy, watching her play, watching her accomplishments is just fascinating.
Yeah. And a really lovely person, a really good individual, somebody who would, talk to you at any time of the day or night, as far as if you want to talk about foosball, but very friendly, very approachable individual. And that's what you need, top pros like that, top masters that are very approachable, that people can say, I played against that person, or I talked to that person, or this person showed me something. That's an exciting thing that we have going for us. A lot of good features in our sport currently.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, so now when it comes down to the time, you of course a week from today, or is it a week from yesterday? You're going to be
a week from yesterday.
Yep. So you're going to be in the thick of things. What are you doing to prepare? What are your usual routines to get ready for a tournament?
It takes much more work and much longer than people realize. And people say, being a promoter is a thankless job. It is and it isn't. Depending upon how you want to do it. If you want to bring a baseball hat, throw some numbers in and draw your partner, whoever shows up. So for me, it takes 6 or 8 weeks to really get ready, from the overall plan, the coordination of the venue, the planning of the tables, the operation we need to set up to take down.
Okay.
Food, beverage, all of those kinds of things, communicating with players. It just is it's a lot, the flyers and the videos and the communications. It just doesn't happen by itself. And so I'm not one to exaggerate, but I would say it's pretty much for me, it's full time for about 6 weeks or longer before the tournament. But I feel ready. Like I'm almost ready
Okay.
for next week. I got a couple of things to do. I got a couple of accounting documents that help keep the finances
Okay.
more straight. I'll do that. But I've got pretty much everything else is almost done or done. I had a shipment from Foosgear that got sidetracked. God bless Jennifer for helping.
Yes.
So I talked to her on Friday and said, gee, we're in trouble. And she said, no, I understand. And she found out what had gone wrong. They did everything perfect, but our U.S. Postal Service
Oh, okay.
messed this up. So, I'm waiting on 4 or 5 large boxes from Foosgear,
Got it.
including some lights for the new tables, some of that stuff. So
Okay.
things getting there, the design of the trophies, making sure that they're right. Communications. I like to try to do our logo plus, maybe an additive creative logo for the specific event. If it's Nationals Warmup or if it's World's Warmup,
Right.
TKO, to make sure that we're getting a direct tie-in with the World Tour. And I feel like we get benefit from them and they get benefit from us.
Oh, yeah.
So all of that, it just takes work.
Yeah. It's the process by which, especially if you want something to work relatively well, you got to think about it a long time in advance. Of course, you've been doing this for how many years now?
Just 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess 4 years. And I'm sure, 4 years in November.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking because I'm already looking, you ask me, what do you do? What's the process? I'm already thinking about our 5th anniversary tournament,
Yes.
which it's just got to be a blockbuster.
Ah.
It's just got to be a blockbuster. And I don't know what we'll do, but we may make it 2 days instead of 1 day.
Nice.
We may use a more dedicated space.
Mm-hmm.
We play out here behind me, and then we put some tables. There's a dart area and a couple other areas where we move furniture, and it looks great when it's set up. But again, it's not easy moving 4 or 5 or 6 foosball tables around in and out of trucks. And now at least I keep them here.
Okay.
It's good. But the 5th anniversary is you got to be something really special, and I don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time brainstorming with my friend John Yarborough, who's just as a smart mind of all types. And he's really committed to helping us grow. And he's playing great. He's in 63 plus. He's showing up at the finals more times than he's not.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's a great player. He was a great player. I knew him 40 years ago when he was a push kicker.
A push kicker. Okay.
A push kicker, yeah. And I had been communicating with Mark Vanetti about John. And I said, well, trying to reach him. He lives here in Nashville. And I said, I've been trying to reach him for, 6 months or a year. Mm-hmm. And one day here comes John and said, hey, I'm looking, I want to come see you, Mike. And I thought, wow, that's great. He got to the venue an hour before I did probably, but he's helping a lot, helping us make sure that we grow in the right ways.
Okay. Very
committed to players and the experience. On that point, I want to talk a little bit about the region. If we can
sure.
Do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for some reason, my phone is telling me that I'm going to be short on battery. So I'm just not going to drop off here any second.
Okay. Let me know if you got to go.
So, well, if we get an abrupt cutoff, you can please know how happy I am to be here and how much I appreciate you and the work that you do. But
I appreciate that.
There's the foosball that's going on in Tennessee and the surrounding areas is really becoming something, or has become something really special. And I think that we all need to be aware and celebrating and working together. And I'm I'm really pleased with the levels of collaboration that we have. And so I know you had my good friend Thomas on
Yes,
last
week.
week, and I only got to listen to a little bit of it, so I have to go back and
Okay.
And listen to everything that I know he and Chase were there together. But Thomas is a guy that's given his heart and soul. You know, I told you last time around that the Knoxville program started out with he and Greg Sherrod, and it is one of the most robust programs. You know, it's not Minneapolis or Denver.
Yeah.
But
still big.
It's a great thing, and so he's developed that so well. Billy Kaler, do you know Billy Kaler?
I don't.
Okay, Billy is a Chattanooga player, very very good player.
Mm-hmm.
High expert, probably should be a pro, but he doesn't really play enough events. But
Okay.
He and his wife, Kathy Kaler, who's also is a great player, are rejuvenating the Chattanooga scene just over the course of the last few months.
Excellent.
And that's good. One of my best friends since I came back and started playing, Jody Brown from Tucker Creek. Jody is just one of the most special people that I've ever met in foosball. He's a new friend from 4 years ago or so. But what they're doing in Tucker Creek, you know, is just great. He's got a great crowd. It's a rural area. And he's got 12 or 15, 18 players that are really top caliber players. And he throws a nice event at least once a year, if not more than that. Robbie Ray and Jeff Smith, you see all the Jeff Smith's Foos Therapy Lounge.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's great.
It's like the Foosers destination. Right. So Jeff's doing great things. Robbie has completely opened up Bristol foosball. And man, they're doing really, really good stuff. They're getting good turnout. They've got good caliber of play. Robbie's very committed. He'll be down here. He's playing with Eddie.
Okay.
On Saturday. Let's see. Rodney Jenkins. You know, Rodney he's like a ever-ready battery. He's a guy that just never goes away. And there's three behind me. There's three North Alabama players here tonight that play around with Rodney in that group they're here every week.
Wow.
They're great people. So Rodney is keeping it together. And then Steven Ramirez from Louisville. And Steven only plays a tournament or two a year, but he's really the glue that's run Louisville for a good long time, and he's got a very nice scene.
Okay.
So if the areas that I've described, and I didn't even talk about Atlanta or some of those other areas, Asheville, that are really doing nice things, doing very well. In Cincinnati and Columbus has got a great program up there. So it's really exciting to be part of a group that works so well together, but is also being so successful.
Yeah.
I will never even think about a tournament until I talk with Thomas and Jody Brown.
Okay.
To make sure that the logistics are right, the dates are right, the timing is right. Just a complete awareness of what we need to do. And Tucker Creek is, 2 hours, give or take, from here, and Knoxville's about the same, about 2 hours. So the three of us work real close together. And so anyway, just a shout out to those guys who have become really good friends, who've welcomed me back into foosball and are helping me be more successful every day. I wish that I could do as much for them as they do for me. Yeah,
it's good to coordinate too, right? To make sure that you're not stepping on each other's toes, and of course supporting the whole thing, the whole sport within your region. And it sounds to me like you have the makings of maybe some sort of much larger regional sort of meet, perhaps among that group of people you just mentioned.
Definitely, the Knox crew has been talking about trying to coordinate a state event. In fact, you and I talked about it a little bit last time, and how we really need to get together and do some formal discussions, so nobody feels, that it needs to be Nashville, not Knoxville, or Knoxville, Nashville, or. So we need to have that discussion, and we need to think about what do we want to do, how big, and what other resources do we need? And so I don't think it's unreasonable that we would do a $5 to $10, $12,000 tournament here within the next year, probably
Nice. Oh, wow.
sooner than that. Some resources, somebody like Donald Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if I could, get Donald to come up. He's tournament director extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's when you go from a 6-table tournament with 40 people, it's very manageable.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard work, but it's manageable. But if you go to 2 days and $10,000
Or 3 days,
half a dozen events, it's just a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. I know it's.
And so I think we'll keep you posted as soon as we have anything firm in the works, even as we're developing it. Maybe Thomas and I can come on, which we talked about last time, or Thomas, Jody, and I, or
That would be
some of the other folks that are going to make this a reality.
Yeah, if there's anything at all that we can do as media, as a podcast, what we do, anything at all that you need, we're wide open for you. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you've been great. I mean, the whole time since I've met you, you've been nothing but supportive. I appreciate that.
Well, we're trying to build this thing one table at a time, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But it seems like right now we're in that perfect storm, and it started really. World Foosball Tour kicked off. We started to watch how that was evolving and growing, and now everybody locally is getting more involved again. I notice in so many areas, people are saying to me, "Hey, this guy I haven't seen on the table in 15 years. He's decided to come back. He heard about what's going on. He wants to get back into it. He wants to do this again. He's going to back on tour, whatever." And I'm hearing this over and over again. So, strike while the iron is hot, right? So
absolutely. And that's in large part how we've been able to grow our base, is bringing players back one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
People who had been away from 5 years to 35 or 40 years, to get them to come back. We just had another one that's come back, and in fact, he's playing with Kenny LaBeouf. I usually play with Kenny LaBeouf at our tournaments, but he's going to play with Kenny. I agreed. Chris Boyd and I had been wanting to play something together for a long, long time. And so we finally are making that work. So I'm excited as well to play with Chris.
Yeah.
But we've got, like, behind me, Scott Doan. He was away from at least 10 years.
Wow.
Corey Carlo was away for about 20 years.
Mm.
Isaac Bowen, who's a great player from the Northwest. He's going to come back and start playing. We had him for a while, and he moved a little bit further out of town. He's going to come back and be playing.
That's great.
John, who's he was away for at least 10 years, and he's now playing. He probably does 2 or 3 tournaments a month. He plays every one of mine, but he's wants to go somewhere every weekend if he can go and play. So that's a good story, but we also need young people.
Oh yeah. Oh, no question. No question. Well, that, like I say, we're going to age out eventually. if I can still stand up and lean against the table and move the rods a little bit, I probably still play, but certainly not a very high level. But yeah, no, I think there's somebody who said that this the process by which we're seeing with Foosball Clubs USA really kicking off, and of course the activity with people just getting more and more interested every day. And then, of course, bringing people from the outside that may have been familiar with the sport, but now suddenly realize, hey, there's such a thing as professional foosball. I'd like to check it out. I want to watch it, or I'd like to go and maybe learn how to play. All of this can benefit greatly benefit us in the long run, just to make sure that we keep the doors open for people.
Yes.
It's hard because, and I know because you feel the same way, when it came to, going to a tournament in Nashville and meeting up, let's say, with some really top pros or a couple of masters, it kind of turns people off sometimes when they're getting beaten so badly on the table.
Yeah.
And so I think your idea of keeping it a no pro event, it was a great move that got people more interested. And I think,
and we may go back to it, or we may add open as a third event. a lot of things can happen. Tom, I'm going to grab this power cord and see if I can keep us in
Oh,
business here for a
absolutely.
few more minutes.
Absolutely. No, if we can keep it going, that's great. But I don't want you to kind of to just disappear. That wouldn't be much fun. And
Right.
by the way, it's worth mentioning at this stage, this evening's show, Foos Talk Live episode number 302, is an experiment of sorts. An experiment. We're using a new type of software which allows us to stream on more than one channel. So tonight, as our first step in this experiment, we're broadcasting on Twitch TV, and we do appreciate you tuning in on Twitch TV tonight as usual. But we're also broadcasting on YouTube. YouTube, I don't know why we haven't done it sooner, but we found this great software that allows us to go onto multiple channels, and we are now doing that tonight. And I hope if you're watching on either YouTube or whether you're watching on Twitch, make comments. Let us know what you think, because we may be adding some more channels as time goes on. But it's certainly a thing that it was recommended a while ago, and so I've been kind of playing with the software and trying to. I was fretting over whether or not it was actually going to function right. And tonight was it. Tonight was the big experiment. So if it was good or if it seems seamless to you, that's great. We appreciate you tuning in as always. But let us know if there's any anomalous problems you might have noticed, maybe in the signal or whatever the case. But so far so good. Knock on wood about that. But of course, to kick this whole thing off, it's great to have Mike on board to help us with that. How's it looking, Mike? You're getting charged up?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't hear that the power came on, but
Okay.
I don't know I don't know.
Yeah,
If it
that,
drops off, I'm happy to have been here. But yeah, usually the power works, but I can't tell what's happening here. So
Okay.
I can move one more time. But anyway, we're not going to go too much longer anyway, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we're good. I really appreciate your the amount of time and effort you put into what you do is promoting foosball. That's really what, to me, that's what matters most. Someone like yourself willing to sacrifice and do the things that need to be done and make it better for everybody. Anybody who wants to play the sport and has a location like yours, man, that's golden. That's on behalf of everybody who plays foosball, we really appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you, Tom. That means a lot, and we've got a lot of gracious players as well.
Yes. Yep.
I've rekindled old friendships and made some new friendships that they're just. Foosball is just like one of these weird things, and I think we may have talked about it last time. Is that sort of foosball gets in your blood, and a foosball player really understands some of those things. But the relationship of think about, you go to a tournament, even over here, like we're playing right now, or you go to a major tournament or even a nice regional tournament, you don't hear, unless it's really unusual, you don't hear bickering and arguing. You don't hear point and counterpoint. You don't hear, knock on wood, things about politics or any inappropriate discussions.
Right.
It's the weird beast of a foosball player, the loyalty and some of the unspoken rules that make it really special. And when you're not a foosball player, you don't understand. When you are, you know how special that it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a really great breed of people. I'm so happy to have come back a few years ago. And as I said before, I did not come back to promote, and because I really wanted to play. But I'm doing more things to benefit the sport and the player.
Yes.
Than I could ever do playing, and that's good. That for now, that's good.
And it will continue as long as you'd like it to, I'm sure, because there's a player base that really has come to depend upon you. So as long as you're willing, so we appreciate that.
That's it, and I don't want to do it forever. but it's a lot like what Ray has just gone through. Ray Gunn in Denver.
Oh, right.
He ran that program for a long, long time. It's probably, well, I would say it's the number one foosball program in the United States.
Yeah.
It has been for a time. Now, part of that is because of the player base, but the player base is because of the scene. And so, Ray has been wanting to not promote and to do some other things for a while, but he has the same mindset that I do, and I'm not ready to give it up yet.
Yeah.
But I would really like to find that special person who wants to carry on.
Well,
to carry on, not my legacy, but to keep foosball going. To keep Music City foosball going and growing.
Well, that's the idea, right? You have to have someone in mind that you see on a regular basis who may be just a player at the moment, but would be excellent when it comes to just, being an organizer and keeping the flame alive. Maybe they're a bit younger. And you can maybe start to introduce them and groom them for the process of passing the torch down the line. That's a great idea. Yeah,
well, I hope so. Not today or tomorrow, but I really would. If anybody's listening that wants to be a foosball promoter in Nashville, I'll reach out. Spend the next year or so, helping and mentoring and coaching, and I've got this also happens to foosball promoters. You end up with, warehouses full of, I have everything you could possibly imagine, from scissor lift to, every kind of part and piece. And,
no kidding.
And so, and it's, I would pass all that stuff along to a new promoter when the time is right. And I really believe that they're going to carry us on. I mean, it's, I don't need a 660-pound hydraulic lift around the house.
Really?
Better served here.
I might have thought that was something you use every day, but hey, what can I tell you?
Yeah.
Well,
but you need all that to make it work.
Yes.
You've got to have the whole arsenal of equipment to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it without, you don't necessarily need a lift, but you need 4 gorillas, to come carry tables around and stuff. But
people will.
You really need, when you're equipped properly, it's much better. It's just much easier. And this thing, I try to run as much like a business as I can.
Yeah.
Be more like a nonprofit, but it's, I try to keep discipline in place and be prepared when we're going to do things.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, as time has gone on, I'm sure you've made plenty of mistakes along the way that you'll never make again. And so you perfect your methodology, and then as long as you can pass that on to the next generation, the next person who's willing to learn and be under your tutelage to start with, and then all is good. You got somebody who's willing to jump in.
Yes, and the one hard knock that I had is, don't go too fast, too big, or too big, too fast.
Yes.
Because that's why we're going to have 6 tables at this event. I had 4 at the last event. Great event. Everyone was happy. But we were playing the finals at 1:30 in the morning.
Ooh, yeah.
And I mean, it's not, and the reason was because we had greater success than what I was expecting. We had more singles players.
Yep.
When you have a larger singles field, it takes twice as long to run as doubles.
Yeah.
And so, I think people need to really keep it realistic. If you're going to put a tournament on with 2 tables, then, make sure you're capping at 8 teams or something. If you're going to do 24 teams, make sure that you've got the capabilities, the tables, the equipment, the people, all that in order. So, knock on wood, this thing coming up on Saturday, I'm starting a half hour earlier.
Okay. And
I would expect that we're going to get done. We'll be playing the finals at a reasonable time.
Okay.
If it's 1:30 in the morning, I did something wrong.
I know how that feels. It's happened a couple of times here as well. Although our last turnout 2 weeks ago, we had about 32 players, and we were all said and done by about 11:30, 11:40. Give or take.
Wow.
So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was good.
That's a nice tournament.
Yeah, we had some fun. But we only have 3 events, and it's a singles event, open singles, open doubles, and a DYP. And
Nice.
so,
You do it all in one day.
oh yeah, it starts about noon. People get there. It's plenty of time. We used to do an amateur event, but because I'd taken over recently, we decided to kind of cut back to give my my old bones a chance to kind of get acclimated to this whole process. And I'm thankful for that, because I think if we'd had that fourth event, there's just no way we'd have been out of there before two. There's no way.
Right. How many tables?
6 tables altogether. So,
Okay. Well, so you've got,
we have
enough
this.
capacity to handle
Oh
a
yeah.
good field.
Yeah, we have the space and the tables. It's just at times, because of the software and things that happen with the conflicts that happen. If everybody's in every event, that makes it very challenging to get everybody through. So, and I completely understand what you're going through. It's a process, and if one thing were to go astray, it can really throw a big delay into things, and we see it happen all the time, right? So,
Yeah. Well, one event I had I didn't think the weather was going to hit. I guess I didn't heed the weather forecast enough. We had
oh,
a tornado warning, and we had to shut down for about 2 hours and actually vacate into a safe
oh,
spot without in the parking garage.
no kidding.
Yeah. So don't plan around a tornado. Yeah.
Good advice. Good, and you heard it right here on FoosTalk Live. Don't do a tornado tournament during a tornado. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, that's what Ryan was talking about in New Orleans, and he said, I forget the number exactly, but he said, do you want to keep playing in New Orleans in a great hotel, and have a 30% chance of there being a hurricane?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, last year was phenomenal. It was just, I mean, I would do that again and
Oh,
again
yeah.
and again. It was just so much fun. And this year, supposedly, there could be as many as 800 to 900 players. And they're going to have a bigger space and a few more tables. But man, that staggers my mind to think about that many people.
Yeah, that's a must attend, for
Mhm.
anybody who is, thinking if you can only go to one tournament,
Yes.
that's the one to go to.
Hmm.
The hotel is great. The rates are reasonable. The room is spectacular.
Yep.
The flight format, he's had a couple of hiccups, but Ryan is very responsive when these things happen.
Oh, it's working well.
And so,
Yeah.
I would encourage every player, everybody who wants to just, even if you don't want to go to one tournament in your life and play, that's the one that you should go to.
That is it. Yes.
Worlds September in New Orleans.
Yeah, no doubt. And of course, the city
And then
itself.
one of mine, obviously. I mean, the other one would be, then the other one would be Music City Foosball. Would be
There you
the
go.
other one that you want to play.
The two you must attend tournaments. And of course, Nationals is coming up on June 24th. We're looking forward to that. And you will be there, correct?
I hope so.
Okay.
That's my plan right now, but
Okay.
that could change.
All right.
I'm going to try to be there at least for the promoters meeting, and maybe for an event or two.
Okay.
But we'll see. I really want to be there, but I want to make sure that I have things in order here in Nashville, in my personal situation. The personal life is way more important than foosball.
Of course.
And so I just need to make sure that all is set there.
Well, if you do make it, and we get a chance, we'll have to sit down and chat and maybe have that one beer of the weekend, something like that.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, yeah, it could be. I'll sit in the booth and talk about foosball with you over there.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you'll see me down in the pits versus.
Won't that be
your
nice?
booth.
Yeah. There you go. Well,
Yeah.
my best, my best wishes in that regard. I just hope it's me instead. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, you and I should play. When you played one with a bike, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
I'm a goalie. That's pretty much my thing.
Yeah.
I've moved up front once in a while, but it's not a great idea. I'm just so happy being in the pits. So, but I would be happy to play with you. I'd be honored.
Yeah. Oh, I think it'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I'm primarily a forward. I can get by playing goalie, but yeah, it'd be fun. You know,
Cool.
if we go in two straight, it would be fun.
That would, yeah, I would. I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter to me. I'm just the opportunity to play together would be fantastic. And here's a quick
yeah.
idea. We'll just throw this out into the ether and see if it comes back. But maybe someday at one of these tournaments, there could be a quote unquote promoters event where just promoters play.
Oh, that'd be great.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? And we just like, okay,
Yeah. No,
okay.
nobody will be able to practice. Yeah, nobody will be able to practice before the events. It'll be a real level field.
Very true. And
Yeah.
and Ryan's not allowed to play.
Yeah, that's right.
Just saying. But I got to say, it's really great catching up, and I really appreciate you taking the time. I know Sunday's busy for you. You've got a lot going on behind you there, and getting ready,
Yeah.
for this next Saturday.
Yes. Well, thank you, Tom. I mean, it's just always such a treat to be able to sit and visit, and
Oh, sure.
you know, it almost doesn't feel like it's a television, radio, podcast kind of a thing. It's just that you just do such a nice job, and it's just so easy flowing and natural discussion. And
Oh, thanks.
you just take the discussions wherever they go, and
Well,
people love that. People really like it.
I mean, we just want to talk about foosball, right? So,
Yeah.
and if other thing happens, and if something else
Yeah.
happens along the way, whatever, it is what it is. But no, I appreciate
Right.
your very kind words. I do appreciate that. It is something that this kind of activity, the media, banding together and just pushing the idea of foosball. That's really what it's about. Just
Yeah.
talk it out,
Yeah.
get it out, just make sure that people know. And if we can do just a little bit of that, then I feel like we've done our job for sure.
Right. Hey, a funny story, real quick.
Sure.
Is too bad Randy's not here
Yeah.
because when are you going to let pros play? When are you going to let pros play? And I really wrestled over how to handle this last one,
Mhm.
the one coming up. So I thought, all right, probably, I think we'll probably let pros play, but I'm gonna see what I'm gonna get a great partner. So I reached out to Brandon Munoz and said, hey man, will you come on up and play with me? And I gave him the dates, and he's like, oh gosh, I really want to come play, but he's got family from Costa Rica coming in.
Oh boy.
He said, but we'll do it again. So there'll be at least one more pro event up here in Brandon, and I'll be playing.
There you go. Now that we got to see. And by the way, are you doing any streaming next weekend? Is this something that's going to be visible at all? Any coverage?
I don't know yet. We always want to, and we will try, even if it's like some broken coverage. It'll be on Facebook on Music City Foosball.
Sure. Okay.
I'd love to try to do it. I want to try to get some new equipment as well.
Yes.
To stream, you sort of need it to almost run itself, if you will. And I don't have that capability. Tripods and cameras, and
right.
Not the right kind of stuff. But I would like to try to do it. I want to get one of Eric's new lights where we can park the camera or park the device on there.
That's the way to run. That's the way to do it. Yes, that's the way. Yeah, that will take a lot of the hassle out of it, because generally speaking, you set it up to run, you step away from it, and it's good to go. That's
right.
The way.
A little good luck. The next one of our tournaments will be it'll be World's Warmup. That'll probably be in August.
Okay.
And I think we'll be here at the Moxie, but I think we're going to use a different room. And this is related to the streaming. There's a really decent room that's underutilized meeting space here. It's not perfect. Got a concrete floor, and it's a little bit loud.
Okay.
But I could probably get 10, 12 tables back there.
Oh.
But one of the features is it's ready for streaming, so we don't need to do all the stuff that we would need to do. It's you'll think you're going to be at a tour event, right? Because you've got a giant, projected screen that's 10 by 15 feet or something.
Wow.
And that will then stream as well to multiple platforms.
That's great.
So, that'll be kind of the next innovation or the next step forward for us in August, I think.
Yeah. Wow. I can't wait to see how that works, how that turns out for you. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Hopefully well.
Yeah. Yeah. You get into the habit of it. And we try to stream our smash downs when we can. We've had internet issues, and I think that's again, the venue that you're in. If the internet's not perfect, stuff can happen. We've had issues where, we set it up and run it, but if you forget and you don't check it, sometimes it freezes and you have to kind of go back in and reboot the whole thing and start over. But people are pretty patient that way, and generally we've had decent luck with just having one table streamed. So
Yeah, well, that's good. And,
yeah,
people, come and see what's going on, and they can see their friends and
yeah,
family and, people on TV that they
yeah.
want to see, be that YouTube or be it Twitch or, wherever it is. People love that, I think.
Oh yeah, and I think it's going to become much simpler in the very near future with these new innovations that are coming our way. Not the least of which would be Eric Dunn's software and process. So that's exciting stuff. Well,
Agreed.
so meanwhile, I hope that you have the best of tournaments this coming week. And now, is there a contact number for you, or is there a place where people can go to find out more about the Music City warm up?
Yes. Facebook is the easiest way. We've got a great page, Music City Nashville Foosball.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the tournament information, just a whole host of stuff, a lot of photography and prior events, and some of the things that we're doing. It's got these 3 videos. Come and watch the videos.
Yeah.
Folks can go to that site and they can direct message me, or I'm always open to anybody that wants to reach out and get me that way, by phone, by text, by, whatever.
Cool.
That's what I've been a private person all my life, and to be a promoter, I was trying to maintain my privacy. And
Right.
I quickly found out that if people can't reach you, you're not a very good promoter. So you have to put yourself out there a little more, and I do that. I'm still protective, but I am much easier to reach than I ever been before. So DM, text, call. All of my contact information is also on the WFP site.
Got it.
Where all the locations and the tournament directors and all of those contacts, which is a very, very good resource. So my direct phone number is on there as well.
Okay, excellent. Well, let's hope that you get a few more entries for the big day. And man, I hope that it all goes well. No glitches, no issues.
Thank you. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'll report back into you on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it is that I wake up after the tournament.
I appreciate that. And then in the meantime, hopefully we'll get a chance to see each other there in Louisville at the Caesars Casino for the Nationals and North American Cup. So we'll see.
Yeah, I hope so, Tom.
Okay.
Fingers crossed everything will work out. So
okay.
We'll just see. I'm just playing it a day at a time.
Okay.
We'll hopefully at least I'll be there for one day, I think.
Oh, good.
One day, one night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to go to that breakfast?
Oh yeah.
Ryan's breakfast?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
great.
Yeah. All
Good.
signed up and ready to go. It looks like it's going to be 9:00 on Saturday morning. So
right.
That'll be a really interesting time. And of course, I'll have my reporter's cap on the entire time, taking notes, just so I can not just report back to my guys, in our local scene, but also bring some more news, hopefully here to FoosTalk Live after that too.
Right.
So,
right.
Well, regardless. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Mentioned, or I was going to mention. Say hey to Dan for me.
Say what?
Say hey to Dan. Dan.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Dan Timensky.
Yeah. Well, we can do a mutual shout out to him here. I was trying to get Dan. We love Dan to play in all these the larger events, and he and I have played a few of them together.
Yes.
But he's touring, so he's out of town.
Oh yeah.
On the 20th. But also the 20th is his birthday. So anybody who knows Dan well, and I don't want to get, because if you know Dan, you know how to reach Dan.
Mm-hmm.
So send him a message or send him a direct, Facebook message or whatever. But so happy birthday to Dan as well.
June 20th. Okay, very cool. Yeah, no, I've been watching his tour schedule. He's all over the place. So he's out there right now a lot. So if you
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does.
I don't know. I don't either. You know, he's got to be what, in his 50s?
Yeah, I think he's probably maybe mid 50s, 53, 54, 55.
Boy, that's got to be tough.
He takes, the last few years, he takes such good care of himself. He's gained some weight. He's lost all that weight. He eats well. He still enjoys a little of the brown liquor and the cigars, but he takes really good care of himself.
Yeah. I mean, when we saw him in Massachusetts last year, it was just a special moment. I mean, the guy was just so poised on stage, but what a terrific entertainer. The whole band, just really impressive. I mean, if you're a bluegrass fan, or even if you're not a bluegrass fan, this is something you have to see, the Dan Tyminski band. Just saying. His
band, those pickers are like, they're like the Wrecking Crew kind of. I mean, these are some of the best pickers in Nashville. And when you're the best picker in Nashville, you're one of the best pickers in the world.
That's saying something right there.
Right. So he's really got, that's the A-list.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it really is. I mean, you don't have 13 Grammys and not be on the A-list.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And I mean, just his pedigree, of course, as a player is just extraordinary. And we're just, it's again, we go back to that thing we were talking about earlier in the podcast about how many of these people that we play with, side by side in foosball, are actually really at the top of their field, upper echelon individuals. And he's another one of those examples that we could say, hey, look at foosball. Look at these people. These are the individuals that love the sport, and you can be part of that too. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, he's a good guy. He's good for the support, good for the sport, and he is. He's great for the music industry. He's just legendary. Not only in bluegrass, but in a lot of other areas as well.
Oh, of course.
Good for Dan. Happy birthday to Dan.
Yep. Happy birthday in advance. And again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Mike. This has been great. I know that in the near future here, we'll be talking. And of course, Randy Raposo will be back. I know Chase jumps in when he can as well. And we're just looking forward to being out on the road again in Louisville, Kentucky, coming up at the Nationals.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Tom, thanks for what you do for foosball, for the foosball players, for the foosball promoters, and everything you do. You just do a ton, and let me thank you for everyone.
Oh, well, thank you for saying so. I appreciate that, and it makes it worth getting out of bed. Let's put it that way. So, well, again, have a great night, Mike, and best of luck with the tournament coming up this week.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, Tom.
You bet. Once again, Mike Kelley from the Music City Nashville Foosball Club, and of course the big tournament coming up next weekend. We thank him for tuning in, of course, being with us tonight, and thank you for tuning in on our experiment tonight. Coming to you 2 channels tonight with YouTube and of course Twitch TV, and of course our download for Foosball Radio, and of course the podcast. But thanks again. We'll be back again next week with another episode of FoosTalk Live. Stick around now. We have the tournament beat coming away next. Time now for the FoosTalk Live tournament beat, brought to you in part by FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience, and by Boise Foosworks, high-fidelity refurbished foosballs. Professional foosball is a game of precision, a matter of accuracy, consistency. Boise Foosworks presents the high-fidelity refurbished foosball. Meeting the highest tornado ball standards, high-fidelity foosballs are soft, quiet, with a true roll, and good durability. Exchange your balls for the high-fidelity foosball at the best price with a money-back guarantee. Contact Mike Veit on Facebook Messenger or look for him at your next tour stop. Boise Foosworks, saving the planet one ball at a time. Since 2019, FoosGadgets has used innovative ideas to build foosball training tools and accessories. Their goal is to make your foosball practice more fun and effective.
Hey Foosers, the FoosGadget Speed Bridge is a great tool for all of you practice-aholics out there like I am.
From the FoosGadget Speed Bridge to the Tornado Gold Guard to the Gold Guard Plus, visit the site for a great selection and pricing. FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience. Foosball tournaments are everywhere. FoosTalk Live proudly presents a weekly update of events near you with the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. Here's what's up. Music City Foosball presents the Nationals Warmup, June 20th at the Moxie Vanderbilt Hotel, Nashville, Tennessee. The World Foosball Tour presents the 2026 National Championships and North American Cup, June 24th through the 28th. Caesars Casino and Hotel, Elizabeth, Indiana. Here comes the 2026 Mississippi State Foosball Championships, July 23rd through the 26th at Holiday Inn Pearl, Mississippi. The 2026 Ohio State Championships, July 30th through August 2nd. The competition comes to a new hotel, the Ohio Airport Marriott, Columbus, Ohio. East Coast Foosball presents the Duval Foosball Tournament, August 7th through the 9th at the Dart Bar, Jacksonville, Florida. Canada Foosball presents the 2026 Vancouver Island Foosball Championships, August 14th through the 16th, Courtenay Legion, Courtenay, British Columbia. The World Foosball Tour presents the 2026 World Foosball Championships, September 2nd through the 6th at the Hyatt Regency, New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the 2026 Great Lakes Classic, now scheduled for October 15th through the 18th. We'll keep you posted on the details. The North Carolina State Championships, scheduled for November 26th through the 29th. More details soon to be released. It's the 20th annual 2026 Louisiana State Championships, December 3rd through the 6th. Stay tuned for lots more details. Each week, we do our best to give you the most up-to-date listing of foosball tournaments near you. If you have an event you'd like to add, send us all the details at foosballradio@gmail.com. Tune in every week for the FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat. The FoosTalk Live Tournament Beat is brought to you in part by FoosGadgets.com, using technology to create a better foosball experience, and by Boise Foosworks, high-fidelity refurbished foosballs. FoosTalk Live is a product of Foosball Radio. With gratitude, we recognize our Foosball Radio Patreons. Our FoosTalk Live sponsor, original-leonhardt-usa.com. Tune in again next week for another episode of FoosTalk Live. In the meantime,
We'll see you foozin'.